Welcome back, friends. We are into chapter 14, the last chapter of IC 38 exam preparation module. This is the last chapter in health insurance segment. We will understand more about health insurance claims. A quick recap: we have seen introduction to health insurance documentation, health insurance products. Last chapter was about health insurance underwriting, and this chapter is all about health insurance claims. So prior to this, we have seen about 9 chapters in life insurance segment as well. In total, these 14 chapters comprises of your IC 38 exam preparation, and I wish each one of you have prepared well in the first 13 chapters to enter into this last module, which is all about health insurance claims. So in health insurance claims, we will be specifically covering about claim procedure and documentation and the role of third party administrators, TPAs. Right, so let's first start with claim management in insurance. The stakeholders in this claim management include underwriters, third party administrators, regulators, hospital service providers, insurance agents, brokers, customers, and insurance company shareholders. So there are whole lot of people involved in ensuring the claim process is smooth and the customer gets the final benefit. So the claim management in insurance starts with the customer. He is the receiver of the claim and the first stakeholder. The owners are the payers of the claim, who are the insurance companies. Underwriters take the responsibility to understand the claim and design the product, condition and pricing. The regulator forms the guidelines and gives a clear framework in the interest of the policyholder on how the claim is to be managed. Third party administrators, they are service intermediaries who can process claims. There are certain companies who operate even without a third party administrator, and they themselves manage it with their internal departments. So insurance agents, they not only sell the policies but also should ensure service to the customers, specifically when there is a claim requirement. So providers, hospitals are part of the network panel of the TPAs or the insurance company directly, and to manage cashless hospitalization as well when the customer goes for a hospital admission or a treatment or while a claim being raised. So in a nutshell, management of claim starts with intimation of the claim as a first step. Then it goes to registration, documents being verified, billing information being managed, the claims being coded in different buckets, and then the claim goes to process. And when it comes to the final stage of processing the claim and payment happens, if required additional information is asked for, and if the information provided and the reasons for hospitalization are not satisfactory, the claim can go even for a denial. In addition to denial, there can always be investigation on any suspect claims. All the documents are managed properly by the central team, and then whether the claim is paid or declined, audit of claims do happen. In a nutshell, this is how the entire claim process happens, from intimation to a claim settlement or declining, and then the audit process. Right, so let's start with the intimation. This is the first instance of contact between the customer and the claim team. So within 24 hours of hospitalization, the intimation is being given by the customer to the health insurer to register the claim. So once the registration is done, a reference number or a claim control number is generated and intimated to the policy holder. In case of documents submitted in the registration process is not satisfactory, if there is a deficiency of documents, the same will be communicated to the policy holder. So arriving at a final claim payable, the factors which are considered include sum insured, sub limits, and if there are any specific limits for any specific illness, whether entitled or not to cumulative bonus, other expenses covered with a limitation, and balance sum assured if any claim was made earlier. So payment of claim happens once the payable claim amount is arrived at arrived at and the payment is done to the customer or to the hospital. Denial of claim. Some percentage of the claim submitted do not fall within the terms of the policy, and it is estimated at 10 to 15%, and those claims go for a denial. And major reasons for denial include date of admission is not within the period of insurance, the member for whom the claim is made is not covered due to pre-existing illness, undue delay in submission without valid reason, no active treatment was taken, illness treated is excluded under the policy, the cause of illness is abuse of alcohol or drugs, and hospitalization is less than 24 hours and does not fall within the conditions of the policy. So denial of a claim, once it is done, it can always be taken at the higher level for a reconsideration through insurance ombudsman, the consumer commissions, IRDA, and the law courts, of course. Right. So in addition to denial, something which we should know is all about suspect claims. If there is any foul play, right, so there will be an investigation done by the insurance company, and then these claims go for a further process. So 90 days is the window given by the taken by the insurer to complete the investigation and give the reasons for denial, or the claim will be settled. So this should happen within 30 days of completing the investigation as per IRDA Protection of Policyholders and 2017 regulation. So let's understand now about cashless settlement process by TPA. The first step happens when the customer is admitted in the hospital and approaches the hospital insurance desk for an insurance claim. The hospital authorities with all the details submit for a cashless authorization to the insurer, and the details include diagnosis of illness, treatment, name of the treating doctor, number of days of proposed hospitalization, and the estimated cost. Right. So step 3, the TPA who receives the cashless form authorizes the form and decides whether to accept completely or restrict to a limit or reject the cashless query. Step 4, the patient treated by the hospital keeping the amount authorized by the TPA, and the patient's family member may be called on to make payment or to cover the non-treatment expenses or any co-pay as per the policy conditions. So step 5, once the patient is ready for discharge, the discharge summary is prepared, and the hospital sends to TPA once again with additional approval of credit. So step 6, based on the documentation, and if the complete document presented is fulfilled, then the patient pays the non-admissible charges and gets discharged. So this is the complete procedure from hospitalization registration happening till the cashless claim settlement happens. In addition, hospital consolidates all the documents and presents the document to the TPA for processing the bill. So TPA will process the claim and recommend the payment to the hospital after verifying the details. So this is all about the cashless claim settlement process. And for that, what we should be knowing further is on the documentation in health insurance claims. So let's see one after the other. The following documents are to be submitted by the customer, which includes documents for specific claims, identity proof, claim form, payment receipt, consolidated and detailed bills, investigation reports, and discharge summary. Right. So let's see one after the other. Discharge summary. It's a complete information about the condition of the patient and the line of treatment given. It is one of the most important documents as far as a claim to be settled. In case if there is death of the patient, unfortunately, a death summary is also added by the hospital in the discharge summary. So all investigation reports related to the treatment will be part of the claim process. A final consolidated bill needs to be presented, a detailed bill Breakup of all smaller minute details is presented while the hospital sends the bill for a claim. A payment receipt, in case any receipts received by the patient from the hospital, needs to be submitted if it is a reimbursement claim, and this is a very formal receipt. In addition, a claim form to be filled along with all these attachments, with an added proof of identity of the patient to be added, and then all these documents are sent for the claims process for further claim settlement, right? So there is a role of a third party administrator. Post sale service happens by a third party administrator. The TPA enrolls the members and may issue a membership card for easy access of benefits. The membership is used for availing cashless facility as well as processing of claims. TPA issues a pre-authorization or a letter of gazette to the hospital for requesting the cashless facility, and if the information is not clear, the TPA may reject the cashless request and the claim could be examined on reimbursement basis. There is also a grievance redressal mechanism available for customer relationship and contact management, since the TPAs are involved in claims servicing. Right, so moving on to understanding how the personal accident claims management is done. Any personal accident claim is being submitted, a claim investigation happens, and then based on the claim investigation, the policy claim goes to a settlement or a denial. The documents required for a PA claim management are duly completed PA claim form, original attached copy of FIR death certificate needs to be attested copy of post-mortem report, attested copy of AML documents, address proof, legal hire certificate and indemnity bond, permanent disability certificate, medical certificate about the disability, and leave certificate from employer. Right, so when it comes to overseas travel insurance, the claim involves a similar kind of a process with some additional information. For instance, if it is a hospitalization procedure, the required documentation will be different, and the claim service, to add a little bit more on the claim service here, it is 24/7, sending the claim form, guiding the customer on what is to be done, extending cashless service, and arranging of repatriation or evacuation emergency cash advance, all to be managed in a overseas travel insurance claim management. So role of assistant companies in overseas claim. Again, these companies operate 24/7 call center, and these companies offer assistance to the customers in case of contingencies under the policy. Services offered include medical assistant services, monitoring of medical condition, delivery of essential medicines, guarantee of medical expenses, pre-trip information services, interpreter referral, legal referral, appointment with lawyer, and other services like visa and inoculation requirements. Embassy services, if required, will get added to the overseas travel insurance part of the claims management process. In the hospitalization procedure, hospital starts the treatment immediately. If there is an insurance cover, the policy pays or the patient has to pay. If needed, the insured needs to proceed to a network hospital. Once the policy is accepted by the hospital, the insured would undergo treatment under cashless basis. So basic information like ailment, past claim details, passport copy are required by the insurer assistance provider to determine admissibility. So reimbursement of medical expenses and other non-medical reimbursement claims are normally filed by insured after they return to India. Payments for all claims are made in Indian rupee. Currency conversion rate is applied as on date of loss to arrive at quantum of liability in Indian national rupee. Lastly, claim documentation for medical accident or sickness expenses, claim form, doctor's report, original admission of discharge, original bills, original X-ray investigation report, passport copy, visa with entry and exit stamp required when it comes to understanding claim documentation. Right. So friends, with that we come to the end of the IC38 modules preparation for IC38 examination. Good luck to each one of you. All the best. Continue to keep learning even after clearing your examination and commencing your business. Continuous learning is required for consistent success in this business. Importantly, good luck to you, keeping in mind the examination coming ahead of you. All the best.